Welcome to Just Stories. We hope you enjoy our short story. The Wars of the Roses was a series of English civil wars for control of the throne of England fought between supporters of two rival branches of the royal House of Plantagenet. The House of Lancaster, represented by a red rose, and the House of York, represented by a white rose. The wars were fought in several sporadic episodes between 1455 and 1487. Although there was related fighting before and after this period. The conflict resulted from social and financial troubles that followed the 100 Years' War, combined with the mental infirmity and weak rule of Henry VI, which revived interest in the alternative claim to the throne of Richard, Duke of York. The first open fighting broke out in 1455, at the First Battle of St. Albans, where the Yorkists defeated a Lancastrian army and captured King Henry VI. However, this did not lead to a decisive victory for the Yorkists, and the fighting continued for several more years with neither side able to gain a clear advantage. In 1460, the Yorkists seized London and proclaimed Richard, Duke of York, as King of England, but he was killed later that year at the Battle of Wakefield. His son, Edward, then took up the Yorkist cause and emerged as a capable military leader, winning a decisive victory at the Battle of Mortimer's Cross in 1461 and then deposing Henry VI and taking the throne as King Edward IV. However, the Lancastrians continued to resist and regained control of Henry VI in 1465. The Yorkists, led by Edward IV, then won a series of battles, including the Battle of Tewkesbury in 1471, which resulted in the death of Lancaster's heir, Prince Edward. With the Lancastrian line effectively wiped out, Edward IV was able to solidify his hold on the throne. However, the Wars of the Roses were not yet over. In 1483, Edward IV died suddenly and his young son, Edward V, was declared king. However, his uncle, Richard, Duke of Gloucester, seized control of the government and had Edward V and his brother, Richard, Duke of York, declared illegitimate and locked away in the Tower of London. Richard then declared himself king as Richard III. The Lancastrians, under the leadership of Henry Tudor, Earl of Richmond, saw an opportunity to regain the throne and began plotting against Richard III. In 1485, Henry Tudor landed in Wales with a small army and defeated Richard III at the Battle of Bosworth Field, becoming King Henry VII and founding the Tudor dynasty. The Wars of the Roses had a profound impact on English history. They resulted in the deaths of many of the country's nobles and the depopulation of large areas of the country. They also contributed to the strengthening of the centralized monarchy and the weakening of feudal power, paving the way for the Tudor and later the Stuart dynasties. It is important to note that the wars were not only fought by the Lancastrians and Yorkists, but also involved many other nobles, some of whom changed sides multiple times, and many commoners who were caught in the middle of the conflict. The wars were also not only fought on English soil, as there were also battles fought in Wales and Scotland. In addition, the Wars of the Roses had a significant impact on literature and culture. William Shakespeare's play, Henry VI, and Richard III, are based on events and characters of the Wars of the Roses. The plays are known for their historical inaccuracies, but they have had a lasting impact on how the Wars of the Roses are remembered and understood today. The Wars of the Roses were a critical moment in English history that reshaped the country. Thank you for watching our short story. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, so you don't miss out on our next video drop.